So we're going to look at these in, I guess we'll look at colorless first here. We got 3 colorless cards. First up is Adaptive Shimmerer. It's 5 mana for a 0/0 insect with flash, and it ETBs with 3+1/+1 counters on it.
This is the epitome of Jack of all trades, master of none. It goes in like every of these, like goes in the flash deck, goes in your mutate decks, but like it's just not good in any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is D plus filler.
Yeah, it's like D. Yeah,
D?
not good, not good.
Okay.
All right. Next up we have Farfinder. Here
Woo!
it is. The little fox itself that we've been talking about for 5 hours now, off and on. So this card, just before we talk about it, we've got this earmarked as, you got this as best.
I had this earmarked as the best common to pack 1, pick 1.
I have the top 5 for sure. So this is Farfinder, 3 mana for a 1/1 Vigilance. When Farfinder enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. So I'll let you take this. Let's just explain why this card is so great in the context of this set. Okay, there's a lot of things.
So Skittering, by the end of Dominaria, I don't believe it is controversial to say that Skittering Surveyor was the best common to pack 1, pick 1 in that set. Because it's colorless, so it's going to make your deck. That format had a lot of power level at common, and also wanted you to have fixing to be able to splash the powerful stuff that you saw at rare and uncommon. So Skittering Surveyor did the best thing. You had a lot of single pipped removal in that format with Eviscerate, Blessed Light, whatever. Like, you had ways to splash good stuff even at just common. And the payoff for it there was historic, because it was an artifact.
Yeah.
Which you didn't really care about.
Historic sucked. Nobody cared about historic.
Now, the Farfinder does everything Skittering Surveyor does, and now we've looked through all the colors so far, so we've seen that there are single pipped removal spells in every color that are, there are a range of like what's good and what's bad, but you're going to have really good stuff to splash. There's really powerful stuff. Most of the rares are gold. Most of the rares are multicolored. The good uncommons are multicolored. You're going to want to stretch your mana base beyond 2 colors. Farfinder is going to let you do that. And then, let me just put a little icing on this delicious cake, that this is the perfect thing to mutate onto.
Yeah, this is the card that I feel very, you want to get your card back guaranteed, right? And you already got your card back with Farfinder, right? This card is very, very good. B?
I'm going B, yeah.
Let's go B Farfinder. Let's go all in here. All right.
So here's the other question, and I do want to finish this because I'm exhausted.
Yes,
but
yes,
like, is this going to be is this the edge? This feels like one of the edges to gain in this format. And maybe no, what's that? No, Farfinder.
Oh, Farfinder. Okay, yeah.
Like, if we're right, one, how many other people think this at the start of the format? And 2, how long will it take, if we're right, for people to catch up?
So I don't think this is going to be one of those like, oh, like I didn't know that card was good, right? I think it's obviously, we've seen cards like this in the past that have been good. I think people know this type of card is good. I don't think it's going to be good to the level that you're saying, or like I don't think people are going to think it's good to the level that you're saying. We're going to get this card like 6th and 7th, and that's the edge to be gained, right?
Yes.
Where we're like super happy to first pick or second pick this, but I'm going to be like ecstatic when I see this 6th or 7th, right?
Yes.
Because people aren't going to value this as highly, I think, as we are.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
and then, yeah, who knows what the arena bots are going to value this. That's funny. Maybe arena's going to be your format for this one, because you just pick up all the fire.
Yeah, but the bots don't pass rares, so that's exactly the sort of the toss up there. All right, we got Mysterious Egg is the other colorless card. It's 1 mana for an 0/2 egg. When it mutates, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. This
card looks so much better before I saw the rest of the set. I was like, oh man, like you can get your mutate going early. Like this is a cheap body. The +1/+1 is kind of relevant. I want to assume that this is here for a reason, but I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it when there's just like you can just play a 2-drop and it's like close to as good as this, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're mostly right. I do like that this gives you something for the mutate, whereas like if this is a format where 2 mana 2/2s don't really matter,
yeah, then you will want this card, right?
Yeah. Abram is asking if I'm happy to first pick Farfinder. Yes.
I could have answered that question
am.
for you, Abram.
Based on the power level of the gold uncommons and rares, I think I'm very happy to first pick Farfinder.
I don't think I'm happy in the sense that like I will have wished I opened a good uncommon
Yes,
or rare.
yes, I agree with that.
But I'm not like, man, I have to suck it up here, right? I'm gonna be like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
You know.
So what grade are we giving that mysterious egg?
I don't think so. The good thing about this card is like when you play this card, it's just like almost a free body to mutate onto, right? It's just like the tempo loss is almost negligible because like there wasn't anything great there in the first place, but that's not a good argument, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I think basically I'm gonna say it's not good, but I think that like it's another card to earmark because this is exactly the type of card that they've put in sets for years, and we're like, this can't be a good card, and then it's like, nope, it is, right? It's super important to keep your eye on these cards. Like, if there's anything I can stress, it's like, keep your eye out for egg. Yes. I'm going into the set saying it's not good, but I'm very willing to change my position on that really quick.
So D plus?
Yeah, let's say D for now.
Okay. With
the caveat that we're going to come back to it.
Cool. Got a couple artifacts at common. The first is Sleeper Dart. It says 2 mana. For an artifact, when it ETBs, you draw a card. Tap, sack it. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It doesn't even tap the thing.
Yeah, so it's like the... Oh, yeah, it doesn't even tap the thing. Huh.
This is like a... This is base. It says draw a card on it, so it's not unplayable, but it's like a D-.
It does that thing where it taps down their mutate stack for a turn, but I don't think that matters that much.
No.
Yeah, this has to be like a D. You're not taking this card early or late.
No.
Yeah. All right. Next up we have. Are we just gonna go the commons first?
Just do Springjaw Trap. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So we have Springjaw Trap. This is 1 mana flash, 4 mana tap, sacrifice Springjaw Trap. It deals 3 damage to any target. Okay. This is Silent Dart, but flash. That card was not good, but maybe this is slightly better. Probably not.
This is probably a D+.
I guess the better comparison is Scalding Cauldron, and that had format synergy, and that was 1 mana cheaper to activate.
Yeah, right. It was 3 mana deal 3, which is pretty big.
Yeah, we're not playing this card.
Yeah, I'm gonna go D+. I mean, you might play it. I mean, you're gonna cast this card in this format.
I'm sure I will.
All right, then that brings us to the cycle of crystals at uncommon. So these are all for the 5 wedges or shards or whatever. And there are 3 mana rocks that tap for a color of that shard, so Zabzan, and then it has cycling 2.
Yeah.
So here, who wants to go first?
Well, do you think these are going to be good?
Yes, I do.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think these are going to be good, to be honest.
You're not right about that.
Okay, that's cool. I think they're going to be fine. I mean, I don't know. I just the thought of tapping out on turn 3 for a man rock doesn't seem good to me.
Okay. I think it may end up being that like the non-green ones are better than the green ones.
Yeah, I can see that being the thing.
But for now, I'm just going to give them all the same grade, and I think that grade is going to be B-.
Wow. You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Sachs.
Like, I think I'm taking Farfinder and like the best removal over these.
That's so early. This is... Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to convince you in this short time span.
Hey, this video is only 9 minutes long right now.
So, do you think cycling upgrades this card so much that you're willing to just like be like happy about a Manolith?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I guess that's my whole argument. I don't think I'm gonna be. I don't think I'm that happy about it, right? Because like. In your split splash deck,
so like, I was seeing like worse than Lockets in chat. But that doesn't. Sure, yes, this is a worse card than a Locket. In the context of this set, these cards are better than Lockets were in guilds or Ravnica allegiance.
Yeah, I think so. I think the problem I would be much happier if this was sacrifice draw card. I think we can agree that that's probably a better card.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm willing to be very wrong about this again. I just don't think that like you're. I don't think I'm giving a B- to Manolith.
You can talk me down to C plus.
Sure, and I think that for me that's I put these at C. For me, this is C for me. But I can again, I'm willing to be very wrong, especially if we are splashing liberally in most of our drafts.
I think you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't think the 2-color decks are gonna be the norm. Just look at the power level of stuff. This doesn't seem to me to be a huge synergy format.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I was thinking that was one of the points that I thought at the very beginning. I meant to bring it up at some point, but I agree that it seems like there are synergies, but it's not like it's kind of like Theros in a way, right? There's synergies, but it's not like the driving force of the format, right? Yeah. I think that the powerful cards are more the driving force.
Yeah.
So I just don't think this is all that much better than the lands, though. I guess that's my.
I just feel like so. Here's my main feeling is that these could very easily have been at common.
Yes, that uncommon
these could have been like the banners and cons were common.
Oh, you know what though? Another reason these might be uncommon is just not to clog up packs because that was a problem in cons.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Right.
We'll see. I'm gonna start them off at C plus. Alex is on C. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're terrible. We'll see.
Who knows? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right. So
either way, it's the discussion that matters.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, I'm higher on a card like this. So, I mean, we could look. People are asking about the lands. We can jump to lands real quick because I think that may frame the context of stuff a little bit. So there's a full cycle of tapped gain lands, but they're at common, but they're not. They're like they replace lands in some number of packs, right? A third of packs or something.
Right. Yeah. That's
so like we saw them in I think it was M20.
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same printing strategy as they use in M20. I'm not confident on that.
10 out of 24 packs-ish, yeah. So then we do have we've got Evolving Wilds at common.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's awesome.
So that seems great to me, and that feels like so. I think that the tapped lands are gonna vary, but I think I want to start them off at like a C.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm willing to go C plus on these ones.
Okay.
I think this is where I think we're a little flip flop.
No, that's fine. I'm down for C plus.
Yeah, I like C plus on these.
Okay, and then we've got Evolving Wilds, which is I think
right
above the rest of them, so it's like C plus plus.
Yeah, when was the last time we had Evolving Wilds? Was it Rick? Was it that long ago?
No, right?
Might be.
What was the common land in War? Maybe we didn't have them.
It was the tapped Transguild, wasn't it? Transguild Promenade, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh right, because there were the gates in War.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Evolving Wilds is great, and then we've got at rare. We've got first up Bonder's Enclave, which is taps for a colorless, pay 3, tap, draw a card, activate this ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Weird card.
Yeah. It's good though. It's powerful.
Yeah. Colorless land seems like a cost in this format.
For sure. Yeah, it's so think about like what was that card? Seagate Wreckage? Is that what the card is called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You drew a card when you had no cards in hand or something?
Yeah, I think that this card is better than that, generally. And that card was good. Who knows how much time, like, there's a lot of places that seems to be a lot of places to put your mana. So I don't know how important having this mana thing is.
I don't want to take this over Evolving Wilds. Pack one, pick one.
Probably not. Yeah, I think I agree with that.
So I could still give it a C+.
Sure, yeah, I agree with that.
All right, and then we've got the Triomes, which also seem like very high picks to me. So these are...
Yeah, Tri-lands are great.
These are Tri-lands that ETB taps and have cycling 3.
Yeah, very good. So this isn't, your it's not going to be as high priority to pick up fixing as it was in cons, but I think fixing is going to be pretty high priority, not to the same degree. But these lands in cons were extremely high picks. Like these were just like, even if you weren't going for some like 5-color strategy, right?
Yes.
These were great cards. Adding land types doesn't matter, I don't think, in this set, but adding cycling does matter. So I'm willing to go like what, B- on these?
B-.
You like, yeah, B- is pretty good for these.
B- as well.
Yeah.
So that's gonna bring us back to artifacts. We only have 2 more cards now. So what's this first rare here?
Yeah. So this is the slot machine, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we have a 3 mana artifact. Taking a second to load my screen. No, it's okay. So it's a 3 mana 3/3 artifact creature, and it says it's still on my screen for like I'm a little bit behind on the stream. So is it at the beginning of your upkeep?
At the beginning of combat, actually.
Yeah. So at the beginning, yeah, here it is. Okay. So at the beginning of combat, on your turn, choose a kind of counter at random that Crystalline Giant doesn't have on it. From among flying, first strike, death touch, hexproof, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance, +1/+1. Put a counter of that kind on Crystalline Giant. So each turn it just accrues a counter that it doesn't have. Card is powerful.
This is great. This is a B.
Yeah, this card is very good.
Might be a B+.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that brings us to the last card here, which is the Ozolith. 1 mana for a legendary artifact. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if the Ozolith has counters on it, you may move all counters from the Ozolith onto target creature.
I'm not super excited about this one.
I agree. This is not the droid we're looking for.
Yeah, it's not, certainly not. It's bad against bounce spells. It's bad against pacifism. It's bad against capture sphere.
Oh, it's not bad against bounce.
Isn't it? You put all the counters on.
Yeah, and then when that creature leaves the battlefield.
Sorry, it leaves. Yeah, okay, it's not bad against us. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's bad against the enchantment removal, which isn't a huge knock against it.
This is just not good though. Like it's just bad. It's just not. It's too low impact.
It's powerful. I just don't know how often it's going to be all that relevant. Is the thing. Like, there's a lot of counters in this set.
Right, but I just don't think it's worth a card to like jumble them off and on to stuff.
It upgrades all of your creatures if things go according to plan, like by a substantial amount, right? So I don't know. I'm not going to write this one off. I'm not going to grade it highly at first. This is a hard one.
I'm going to start off with D.
Okay, I'm going to start off with C+.
C+?
Yeah, the biggest.
No way.
This is the biggest gap.
That's a cop out because you're not actually going to pick it as a C+.
I think I am. I think this one I am. I think this one is a good, like, oh look, I have 12 things that give counters. This is actually a good card in my deck. I think this card actually is pretty good. Like, I don't think it's like great, but I stand by C+.
Talk to me about this card. Why is this worth a card?
Okay, so
give me a little play pattern.
Because it upgrades all of your creatures at a certain point. Not at the same time, but you know, you're going to. There's a lot of counters in this set. Just +1/+1 counters. Obviously, the ability counters, right? So if you look at your deck and say, okay, 12 of my cards, 13 of my cards give counters, which you don't think is crazy. Maybe it's a bit on the high end. Let's say 9, 10, right? Like, you just have. It's kind of like the Nessian Boar thing. Like, you can block with your Death Touch creature and, like, then goes in the Ozolith, and then on the next combat, it gets traded off. But that also counts for the +1/+1 counters. And, like, it just, like, this Ozolith absorbs all these counters, and they can put it on the other things, and your creatures, like, the lowliest creature gets upgraded, and then they have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. +1/+1 counters I hadn't considered.
Yeah,
that's pretty insane.
Yeah, and there's, like, this might just mean more of a green card.
Yeah, because of like Fertilid and Ivy Elemental.
Yeah, and just like the mutate card. It's kind of, I don't know. I think this card has potential to be pretty good.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ozolith equals Nessian Boar. That's my point here.
This format is wild.
Can we safely say this is the hardest format to grok in maybe since we've started both doing content?
I think that's for sure true.
Yeah. It's It's wild. I'm super excited to see how it plays out. I mean, after talking about all these cards, I definitely have a better feel for it, but still I'm not like I can't envision the play patterns of Mutate as well as I would like to, basically. Right,
Yeah,
without actually getting my hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be super interesting. There's gonna be like so many triggers. I'm very glad that we don't have to do this in paper anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Any last thoughts on the set before we wrap it up here?
I think my thoughts are, and this could be just like I'm gonna eat my words probably, but I think this format is gonna play to my strengths.
I think so too. That is my
This format seems to be about like assessing value, not only in draft, but like I think it's gonna be reward like really good card evaluation in terms of what are the things that are worth stretching your mana for.
Yeah, you're also really good at just like noticing onboard interactions and like being able to like gauge all of them at the same time and knowing what's important. And I think that's going to come up a lot in the set, right? So yeah, I do think it's going to
like this is the, I think feels like there's a lot of build aroundy stuff. There are a lot of pockets of synergy to be found. I think this format's going to have high replayability.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's a lot of cross archetype interactions, right? Like that's pretty cool.
How about you? Any final thoughts before we sign off here?
It's going to be an interesting ride. I hope that this format isn't crystal clear of what you're supposed to do. Like I can see a world where it's like, oh, this is clearly better than anything else. Like this format is kind of set up in the same way as like Modern Masters 2017, where like it's got a lot of the same hallmarks, and I can easily be like, all right, Esper is clearly the best thing you can be doing, right? I hope it's not that, because otherwise, like, I think this set has a ton of replayability, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm super excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, ditto. All right, thanks, YouTube. Catch you later.
Yeah, see ya.